Good morning, children. Today we will continue with the revision of the chapter Motion in One Dimension. In the last week we did numericals that were based on average speed, average velocity, distance time graph and velocity time graph. Today we will first discuss a displacement time graph and then we will move on to the numericals based on equation of motion. Here's the first question. The question is based on a displacement time graph which is given here, and it depicts the motion of two cars A and B. Okay? And there are few questions based on the graph. Children, before you move on to the question part of the graph, first of all you must understand how to read a particular graph. As you can see here in the graph, there are two lines drawn. The motion of the car A is beginning from origin. That means the car was initially at rest. On the other hand, the motion of the car B begins at 40. That means the displacement is how much? 40 already. This is the first information that you obtain from the graph. Second thing you should notice that they both have a common meeting point. Displacement is 80 and the time taken is 2 hours. Right? That is the second point to be noted here in the graph. Third, the graph tells you that the car A, the maximum displacement reached by A is 160 kilometers, while the car B reaches up to a maximum displacement of 120 kilometers when it is beginning from 40. Am I clear? Both of these cars are taking how much time? 4 hours for their entire journey. So these are some information that you can observe in this diagram. Based on these observations, you have to answer a few questions. Question number 1. You have to find the distance by which the car B was initially ahead of car A. Now, as I have told you just now that initially, as per this graph, the initial position of A is origin. That means the car A was initially at rest. And car B is initially at a displacement of 40 kilometers. This means that the answer of part 1 is 40 kilometer. How much is B ahead of A? It is clearly depicted in the graph, which is 40. Okay? Second part. Now you have to find the velocities of car A and car B. How do you find velocity from a displacement time graph? You find the slope. Okay? So if it is the initial position of the car and this is the final position of the car. So how much is the change? How do you find velocity, by the way, children, from a displacement time graph? You have to find out slope. So slope is equal to change in the y-axis upon change in the x-axis, right? So in order to find this change in y-axis for car A, you have to see the initial position of the car and the final position of the car. So for A, initial is 0, final is 160. So which one is a final point? 160. So what will I write? For A, change in y-axis is 160 minus 0. On the other hand, Corresponding change in the x-axis is what? The maximum time, the final time it took was 4 hours. So 4 minus 0. So 160 upon 4. 160 upon 4 will give you 40 km per hour. That is the velocity of car A. Similarly, we will find the velocity of the car B. So, for B, the slope is delta y upon delta x. And how do you find now delta y? Initial position of car B is 40. Final position is how much? 120. So delta y will be how much? What is this distance? This difference will be 120 minus 40. So along y axis, what do you write? You will write 120 minus 40 divided by, now the final position of car B is 120 and it is taking 4 hours. Initial position is 40 and it is 0. So in the denominator you will write 4 minus 0. After solving this, what do you get? You will get 20 km per hour. So that means the velocity of car B is 20 km per hour while velocity of car A is 40 km per hour. So that's the answer of the part 2 question. Third, the time in which the car A catches car B. So where are they intersecting? They are intersecting at this point, so which is 2 hours. So that means the answer for part number 3 will be two hours. After 2 hours, both A and B meet because the intersection point is here. And the last part, the distance from start when car A will catch car B. Now you can see the displacement here. Across this point, they are meeting at a displacement of 80 km. So that means the answer for part 4, that means the displacement or the distance at which both the car will meet will be how much? 80 km. So that is how you have to solve these kinds of question, where you don't have to calculate much, but you should know how to read the graph. Now I have another question for you. It is again based on the same thing, that you have to read the graph. There is no calculation required here. The question is that there is a VT graph, velocity time graph, of two bodies A and B moving in the same direction. Which body has greater acceleration and why? So you have two bodies A and a body B, and you can see that it is a straight line. That means the motion is uniform. Okay. Acceleration from a velocity time graph, how do you find? You find the slope in order to find acceleration. So slope of VT graph is equal to acceleration. Right? Now, if a body has a greater slope, then it will have greater acceleration. That is very obvious. Here no numbers are given. So how will you find the slope of such a graph? In these kinds of question, you will have to see which graph is steeper, which line is steeper. Always remember, the steeper the slope, the greater is the acceleration. The steeper the slope, the greater is the acceleration, right? So out of A and B, which one is more vertical? That means which one is more steep? Definitely B is steeper than A. So which one should have greater acceleration? B has greater acceleration than A, and hence your answer is B. B has greater acceleration, and what is the reason for that? Reason is steeper the slope, the greater is the acceleration, and B has slope greater than A. Okay.